Welcome back, everybody. Orange Track Outlaws again. Today we are going to tackle our 3 blind mice painted pink challenge, and today's lucky victim is this sweet looking 68 Ford Mustang. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Mustangs. I got a bunch of these laying around, so I thought, what the heck, I don't think I have a pink one. I haven't seen one for a while, so I'm gonna do a pink Mustang. So that's my plan. This guy here is a little played with, a little dirty, not too badly beat up though. But we're gonna strip all that paint, new paint job, wheel swap, fix the chassis, make this thing look nice and pink and sparkly. So to get started here, we got our 68 Mustang. Like I said, it was played with a little bit. The wheels kind of stick a little, whatnot. Chrome base. Not too bad of a paint job on here. It's kind of cool looking, and these ones brand new are kind of fast on the track. But for now, these stock wheels gotta go. So does that paint job. So first things first, we are going to start drilling our post here and get it pulled apart. I'm going to start with our tiny little drill bit here and get a pilot hole started on both posts, just deep enough to get to the, through the chassis. And then we're going to take a bigger bit and zip off the post heads there right down to the edge of the base. And we'll get a little screwdriver out and try to pop those little rings off the post and pop the thing apart and see how she looks. If you do drill it just right, that little ring, that little post ring, will end up coming right off onto your drill bit, and that's when you know you got it. But in case that doesn't happen, you might have to pry those little rings off, and then the body will pop right off. So here we go. Get this thing taken apart. Inside, actually not too bad. It does have a plastic chrome coated base. Not a big fan of that. That'll go into the super clean here soon. Interior, pretty good shape. That'll just need a little soap and water wash. Windshield, not too bad either. We'll wash that with soap and water, see what we need to do. Body, we're going to definitely send this guy into the sandblaster and get moving on the paint job we got in mind. So out of the sandblaster is our body. They've got the nice little sandblasting media haze on there, so we're going to buzz that off here real quick in our wire wheel booth, and just run this thing across all that, nice and light, nice and easy. That little haze will come right off. You'll get a pretty nice little shine under there, and you'll be able to see all the imperfections and whatnot if there are any. And that's what I do to get this thing fixed. Gotta have just a couple more seconds really here of getting this thing through there. And if you're using those Chinese wire wheels, that's why I'm in this booth. These little things, they fly off all the time, and I can't stand it. But when you're doing the inside and the wheel wells and whatnot, if you do run it on lighter speed, it does tend to not throw them things out of there so fast. So definitely if you've already got some loose ones. But here's a look at our body, fresh out of the wire wheel booth. Wasn't too bad of a body. I just hit a couple of the windows really and got some lines out of there. But we're going to cover this thing with some Autoborn Sealer Black, and this stuff covers pretty good. So if there whatever minor imperfections were in this body, enough coats of that Sealer Black, it does level pretty good, so it'll cover those up, so it shouldn't be a big problem. But you thin that just a little bit with the 4012. Their directions are on the bottle still, but PSI is usually about 25ish to 30, and I think you thin it about 10% or so, and it really tends to do pretty good there. I've got a lot fewer problems with the dry tip when it's down around 25, 27 psi, and you get it thinned out just right. Other than that, these sealers can be finicky. You know, it does take a really good cleaning after you use the sealers, more so than it does, say, any of the other colors or the candies or whatever. It does take a nice thorough cleaning after to get the sealer out. But we're just going to layer the sealer on nice and light. It does dry fast. A lot of times if you don't get it real wet, by the time you get to it back to the first side from the other side, it does tend to already be dry. You don't have to wait so long in between. So now we're going to hit this thing with some Quicksilver Chrome. I did 2 coats of that black. Got a nice coverage and nice deep. It's somewhat glossy. It wasn't gloss black, but it is kind of shiny. But I'm going to throw the Quicksilver Chrome over the Autoborn Sealer Black instead of gloss black and see how it looks. So key here on the Quicksilver Chrome is higher PSI. I'm around 50-55 and not a lot of color, not a lot of paint at once. So a lot of air, not a lot of paint. Go light coats and go more often instead of blasting it at full PSI. Then it does tend to look more aluminum than the chrome. But if you just and it really doesn't take a lot to so you just got to get it to that color, that chrome look that you're looking for, and then you should be able to stop. But really, this thing here, it's going to take I did put about 2 coats on here, and they were really light. Probably looks more than 2 coats because they just keep going, but it's it was really light, and I just tried to constantly keep the car moving and keep the color flowing all around it. So I think that will do for now. It looks pretty chrome, pretty shiny to me. So we're going to let this thing dry, and then we're going to tape off a couple patterns on here. So I have this, I haven't tried this before, but I got this little piece of sew-on lacy trim. I thought that would be cool to kind of put that pattern down the side of the car, very subtle if possible. So I'm going to put this on both sides, and you can see on the top of the car there I do have the breast cancer ribbon taped off on there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the rest of the car with some pearl silver, and that should give me that kind of like a two-tone-ish look with the Quicksilver Chrome underneath and the pearl silver on top. That'll kind of give like that, I'm going for like a ghost ribbon look. So it'll look, once we get some more color on there, the pink color, you'll be able to see better. But I'm going to take that ribbon, and I'm not, since it doesn't tape on or anything, I'm just going to hold it tight and just try to paint up and down the thing and see if I can't get that kind of like negative pattern on the car. It's kind of a tightly wound looking pattern, so not a lot's going to come through, but like I said, I want it to be subtle and just a little bit of that kind of like lace look down the side. So we're going to move on to the other side, do the same thing. We're going to hold our pattern tight against the body and try to spray our pearl silver straight on, and hopefully our pattern comes out looking good. Pretty much I just hit this one good coat, but I did go up and down a bunch of times, and I did start a little lighter. I cut off the paint and just blew the air on there to quick dry it, and and keep layering it and coating it on there. Like I said, going for subtlety here. Hopefully that's what turns out. So once I get this pattern off there, see if I can get a look here. It's kind of hard to see in the light, but you see it is in there. It is subtle, and that's kind of what we're going for. I'm hoping that the color kind of makes that pop a little bit better, but that was kind of the idea, what we were going for. Hopefully the overall look turns out pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that pearl silver, and I'm going to coat the top and pretty much the rest of the car, and try to keep it away from the side so I don't cover any of that other Quicksilver Chrome up. But I'm going to focus on the top, the roof and the hood, and cover up my ribbon pattern there and then we'll go ahead and take that tape off, and hopefully we should have a chrome looking ribbon, you know, under there, and it should be, you know, about set for color here. But I think we're about done with the silver color. Here's a good look at you know, you can see our chrome ribbon under there. We're going to put a little hot rod sparkle on here just because it's pink and I really want this thing to be shiny and be blingy and pop. So I'm going to put some hot rod sparkle on there just to give it that extra edge before I put some paint on there. Now I'm not going to cake it on. I'm just going to put, you know, one really good coat on there. I'm hoping this will get, you know, show a little bit of that bling underneath the color later, which it should, but I don't want to just cake it on there and make it look, you know, too overpowering. So kind of hard to see in the booth light here, but it is on there. You get it in the light, it is sparkling, so I think I'm good to go. After that dries, I'm going to move on to our Redline Shop Spectra Flame Hot Pink. Cool looking color here. I thought this was, you know, really fitting for the ghost ribbon and that ghost lace across the side look I was going for. So we're gonna throw a little bit of this down and see how she turns out. So as usual, we Spectra Flames, light tack coat first, and let that kind of dry and tack up and give the rest of that paint a little something to stick to. So that's what we're going to do. First coat, nice light, get it nice and light pink, and let that dry up, and then we'll move into layering our color on. So coat 2, we're going to start trying to put it on a little thicker than coat 1, but we're not going to go like real heavy thick. You know, pretty much with the pink, what I've found is you really can only get so pink where it actually kind of stops taking color. But there's coat 2. I think it does look pretty good, but I'm going to go with one more. I think I can get this thing just a little bit more pink. So we'll layer this third coat on pretty well. I'm really liking how like the ghost ribbon on the top is coming through. You can see the lace very subtle on the sides, and in the right light you can still see some of that hot rod sparkle coming through. So pretty much what I was looking for. I'm liking that. So here we are, guys, final assembly time. Off camera I did put the wheels and axle tubes in, and I took our base, put our super cleans, and there's black underneath it, so we're good to go there. So I just added some chrome details on the bumpers and the exhaust. That's pretty basic stuff, guys. I didn't show it on camera, but I just had a couple on how to do axle tubes. But get a look at our body here. This thing looks really sweet after I chromed it up. I'm going to put my light on it, see if we can get some of that sparkle to really pop out. I did go ahead and put some chrome details in around the window trim and the door handles, the rear bumper. Put some tail lights in, and put the headlights in the front. So this thing looks pretty cool. It's really popping. We did polish our windshield up just real lightly, and then we dipped it in our floor polish, so that thing's looking good. I really didn't do anything with the interior other than clean it up, since you really can't see a lot of it anyway, and I didn't really think pink interior would look that good. So I like the black, and I like kind of how the contrast was, so I just left it. So we're going to go ahead and pop our self-tapping screws in here, and then we will be ready for our final reveal. And I hope you guys like how this is turning out. I think you're going to like the final result here. I know I was very pleased with it. It was really it was kind of exactly what I was going for. So I think I nailed it as far as you know, the whole idea to finish. So just about got this bad boy together. As usual, a quick step back, what we started with, our 68 Mustang. This guy was red, white racing stripes. Kind of a cool car. I like it. I have one. I have another one that I have raced, and it is in the rack. But it needed a facelift. It needed some new wheels. and I thought this was a perfect candidate for the pink challenge, so we rolled with it. Went with some ghost ribbon and some ghost lace. So here is what we ended up with, guys. Pretty cool pink car, cool Mustang in my opinion. I like it. I did have some. I was thinking about pink wheels, but then I thought I saw these. I had these chrome wheels with the red trim, and I thought they fit this car perfect. So it's really looking cool. I hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen there, and hopefully you check out all the other Three Blind Mice videos. Those guys are doing a great job. I want to thank them for putting all this on, and please check out all my other customs and all my races. And if you guys like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to notify you whenever I put a new video out. And got another couple due here in another couple weeks or so. More Three Blind Mice. I've got a really cool hearse coming out. That thing's gonna be sweet. So stay tuned, and thanks again for watching.